You're in a chain reaction crash on the interstate. 3, 4, maybe even 5 or more vehicles involved. Traffic comes to a standstill and everyone's pointing fingers. Who's actually at fault when an entire stretch of highway turns into a disaster zone? You're wondering, how did this happen? Why did it happen? And do I need an attorney to help figure this all out? I'm attorney Chris Pascal here at the Goings Law Firm. Multiple vehicle pileups are some of the most complex accident cases we handle, and the liability analysis is more complicated than people realize. Let me walk through how it all works. In a multi-vehicle accident, liability isn't usually a single driver problem. Multiple drivers may share fault. The driver who caused the initial collision is likely liable for the first impact, but what about other vehicles that impacted other vehicles? Were they following too closely, or were they pushed forward by the car behind them? What about the truck that couldn't stop because of wet roads and worn brakes? Each link in the chain has to be analyzed separately. That's the complexity. South Carolina's modified comparative negligence system applies. You can recover as long as you're not more than 50% at fault. But when multiple drivers are all blaming each other, determining those percentages can become a battle. Insurance companies love that confusion because when the victim gets less, that means the insurance company has to pay less. They use the complexity against you. The investigation separates strong cases from weak ones. We pull the police report, but we also hire accident reconstruction experts who analyze vehicle damage patterns, skid marks, road conditions, and the sequence of impacts. Electronic data from vehicles that are in most modern cars can show speed and braking at each impact moment. That data is objective. That's what wins these cases. We take care of all of that for our clients. I handled a 4-car pileup on I-26 recently, where our client was in the second vehicle. The insurers argued our client caused the chain reaction, that our client slammed on their brakes and everyone behind them collided. Our reconstruction expert proved the third vehicle struck our client first, pushing our client forward. That changed the liability picture entirely. The at-fault driver was clear once we had the data, and the insurance company couldn't argue with it. Multiple vehicle accidents are complex, but they're solvable if you have the right investigation and evidence. If you're dealing with a pileup situation, or if you're trying to understand who's really at fault in a multi-vehicle accident, we'd be happy to walk through it with you and explain how we'd approach your case. Give us a call or text us at 803-350-9230.